For those of you who don't know me, I'm Ben Samocha, and I'm the founder of CryptoJungle and of Crypto Talks. CryptoJungle is the leading crypto website in Israel, where we offer news, guides, and education services for the crypto ecosystem in Israel. And I have Crypto Talks community. I founded Crypto Talks community, which is the largest crypto community in Israel. Today, I'm going to talk to you about our role in shaping the Israeli crypto ecosystem. Eventually, CryptoJungle and Crypto Talks is at the center or the epicenter of the crypto ecosystem in Israel. And I want to share with you not only what we do, but why we do what we do. So in order to do that, I have to start with my path into crypto, or into Bitcoin more specifically at the beginning. I was a poker player, very broke student who was playing poker just as more change every month. And at a certain point in 2017, after using Bitcoin as money for 2 years without even knowing what it is and how it works and all the other stuff that you should know when you try to use it, I had a good run. I won a few tournaments, and suddenly I have a decent amount of Bitcoin that I said, again, according to a broke student, and I was like, what is this? What is all of it? And that was the road to the panic sell, because I immediately drove to Rishon LeZion, where I knew that I could sell this Bitcoin ASAP, because what am I going to do with this thing? But on the way home, I started thinking, why did I react the way that I did? Especially because as a semi-pro poker player, you all learn about rationality and how to make decisions. So why did I react so emotionally? And what the hell is Bitcoin? So I went back home and I started studying about it. And really, 2 days in, my mind was completely blown by the opportunities that this ecosystem and what Bitcoin and reshaping our money system can bring in. So for some reason, it just felt natural to fit in this ecosystem, and I started doing things, first learning obviously about every single aspect, whether if it's the economical aspect as a student for economics and business management, whether if it's the technology aspects. I never imagined I would find myself reading white papers and actually enjoying sitting with 2 screens and trying to translate what is written there. And it led me to start working on stuff voluntarily at first. So this is Blockchain B7, which is a nonprofit foundation that I co-founded with several of my friends in Beersheba in order to increase adoption of cryptocurrencies in the south of Israel. These latest pictures are from an event that is ongoing right now in collaboration with big companies in the Israeli space like Zengo and Collider Ventures, where we actually make a challenge in order to encourage innovation. We have also managed to bring in the first academic course in Ben Gurion University, where I co-lecture as well. And that has been operating since 2017. And I also co-founded, in 2017, CryptoJungle. There are 3 major pillars to what we do in CryptoJungle. And those pillars are content, community, and academy. When it comes to being in the center of this whole ecosystem, what drove me into doing this is when I started learning about the space, there was literally no Hebrew content about the crypto space, especially not one that is updated frequently, nor is it very quality in terms of what you could actually read and not just download blockchain.com info and whatever. So I saw the demand, and I felt like something needed to be done because I truly understood how revolutionary it is. And even afterwards, during the bear market, it's always funny to compare how in 2018, when Bitcoin already dropped to like 3K, and people call me, you see, I told you it's a bubble, it's gonna die, and all this kind of stuff. And you're like, yeah, we'll see. You should probably buy right now, not a recommendation, blah, blah, blah. So what do I do with content? We have CryptoJungle, which is, as I said, the leading crypto website in Israel. We have more than 150,000 visitors per month in our website, where we share news, guides, information, beginner courses, and so forth. We have the largest crypto YouTube channel in Israel with almost 11K subscribers, where we constantly, every week, update funny videos with amazing thumbnails that I recently introduced, and they get more clicks. What can you do about it? But when it comes to our content, we are really only at the beginning. We're about to introduce more faces into our YouTube channel and into our website. We're about to launch podcasts in Hebrew in order to continue to expand the crypto space, and because we really want to capture the young audience, the audience that needs to understand what is money and why decentralization is important. So we're going to launch TikTok and Instagram as well. Then, in order to do it, it's time to level up. We recently moved into new offices where we are building a studio, as you can see right now, with this amazing picture with ladders and the mob. And now it's time to level up. The next thing we do is the community. When it comes to the community, Crypto Talks is the leading crypto community in Israel with almost 40,000 members on Facebook, soon to be moving into Telegram as well. We also have a close community for the graduates of our courses, where we trade together, invest together, share thoughts, not just about cryptocurrencies, but also on how they really stand, how they combine themselves into traditional system, and how suddenly, if you compare it to 2 years ago when we were talking about Bitcoin, it was mainly about the speculative aspects of it, and suddenly, as someone who's following a lot on macroeconomic conditions and geopolitics, you suddenly see all the biggest analysts, all the mainstream channels are putting crypto in the same narrative as we were pushing for several years prior to that. And then there's the B2B community, the reason why we are all here today. You see, CryptoJungle being in the center of this ecosystem, we get so many people approaching us, whether if it's entrepreneurs, whether if it's investors, companies, users, service providers. We get at least 10 calls a week or messages on LinkedIn. Hey, I need this. Hey, do you have that? Can you connect me to that guy? And it's time to do something about it, which is why we recently launched a company profile where we want you guys to fill in what you are doing in the space so that we can, A, share this with you with a report, possibly maybe 6 months in, an index as well where we can share, just like Crunchbase is doing, who you are, what you do, where you do it, and so forth. But more importantly, so that we can provide you, A, our own services, and B, networking connections. Just a few months ago, a large institution, financial institution, was visiting in Israel, and I have made very good connections with them over the time, and suddenly I find myself bringing in several people into meetings, creating an event, and these kind of stuff are the stuff that's going to empower the Israeli ecosystem and allow it to grow substantially further. So if you are a business, a service provider, an investor, an entrepreneur that's operating in the space, stick to the last slide. Lastly, we have the Academy. It all started retail-oriented, where we had beginner courses, both for free and paid ones, and then we have investment and trading courses. But more importantly, in the last few months, I've been getting constant calls from companies in the crypto space. Ben, share with us some of your students from your trading courses and investment courses, because we are dying to recruit people who actually understand this space. So after one call, I was like, yeah, sure, let me check with the community who's available if that could work out. Second call, I was like, what's going on here? The third and the fourth and the fifth call was, okay, there's something that we need to do about it. So in early May, we launched the first employee education course, employee training course, where we address both the needs of the companies to educate their own employees, their new employees, on how this ecosystem works, and the job seekers, the people who come from the traditional space and have no idea what we're talking about in crypto, not the semantics, not the ideology and the culture and all this kind of stuff, which to me are amazingly different. And this is why I want to bring this forward and bring it to all of Israel, essentially. So in the early days, Satoshi Nakamoto said this in Bitcoin Talk Forum. He said, if you don't believe it or don't get it, I don't have the time to convince you. Sorry. And it's a very funny quote about Satoshi and how much he believed in the network effect of Bitcoin and therefore in the network effect of cryptocurrencies. So I, Ben Samocha, do have the time to convince you, and I'm not apologizing for it. I actually need your help in order to do it. Because each and every one of you guys sitting in this room or listening at home, you are a part of this revolution. And while I am doing what I'm doing as a business, I am doing it with ideology because I believe that if we actually fix the money and the economic system, we are going to empower not just the Israeli ecosystem as a whole, but billions of people all over the world, just like Maria Louise Haim shared about El Salvador and the 44 representatives from central banks and governments all over the world who came to El Salvador, who used Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies to actually pay in Starbucks directly from consumer to consumer, and the 2 billion people all over the world that now can have access to financial services, to credit, to savings, stuff they have never had before. And in order for it to succeed, and to succeed in the way that we want it to do, in a decentralized fashion, in a secure fashion, then we need to spread the word, we need to pay it forward, we need to share our thoughts over dinner, our links when we read something that might interest our families. What's next for you guys? Well, you can scan this QR code where you can find our link tree with all the links. You have the mapping of the Israeli ecosystem right here, the third link. You have information about the economy, about our academy, sorry, and all our social media platforms, because we are everywhere and we plan to make it even more. Thank you very much. Have a great day and enjoy the conference.